But you know
they're
what?
never calling again.
Breaking up. He said breaking up.
But girls have
up.
broken up with me. I didn't even know I was with them before. I'm not playing. This is on the friendtuationship shit because it's where do you draw the line that this is a relationship? It's just some girls, as soon as you have sex with them, you're in a relationship. I get that if you're 15.
So when does it become a relationship then? My
when
question
you move
to you.
in,
When you
or
move in, that's
you
the
want to have
relationship?
kids and you talk
I
about it,
disagree
not
about
when
that.
you do it, but if you have to talk about this is what I'm looking to eventually live together with somebody and I'm eventually gonna have kids. So like I said, I already have a kid, so this is easier for me to say, right? If you're not part of having kids and I plan to have kids, then pick a friendtuationship. Because I'm not going to slow down and get in an exclusive relationship with you just because you only want to have sex with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talking about,
It's not like you're talking about head. Literally, you're talking about breathing and focus.
that's your interpretation, but it is getting out of your head, actually, and
Right.
just getting into your body and transforming the energy into your day.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
And how do you do that if you're stuck in the friend zone with a
No,
girl?
but you,
Because we went off topic. You thought I wasn't going to stay on topic. We got to go to a break soon. But I want Octavia to get this out. We're going to take a quick 5 minutes, top up some drinks.
I was going to introduce the idea of a cycle, like a woman's cycle. I know, like when I'm ovulating, I get into this sexual fog that goes on for days,
Uh-huh.
and it eventually goes away.
Yeah, a woman is biologically designed to like you more at some part of the month and dislike you more
Guys,
in
if you
another
didn't know
month.
that, get on the ball.
Exactly.
Wake up.
Inconsistent women, goddammit. Born to be
Appreciate.
inconsistent. Hey, so what are we
Men are
saying?
just perpetually
Wait a minute.
inconsistent.
Are women
No, that's not
biologically
true,
born
she's
to be inconsistent? This is what we're saying?
No, we're
No, men-
saying
Come
that
on, Lola.
There is a pattern.
Yes.
And we need to understand that pattern so that they can benefit fully, and so can we.
We gotta leave some tips. God damn it! They're just all right. So guys, if you're in the friend zone, do friend stuff instead of date stuff, and make sure that you've gotten your point across that these are your intentions. You have sexual attraction or romantic attention. Get that message across somehow, and then let her pick. And don't pursue on the hope and the outside chance that she might like you if you spend time with her, because you could spend 15 years with her and still never get a chance. So don't do that shit. All right. Now, you don't want to be in the friend zone anyway, not just to avoid usury, but to graduate to being a real friend and not just a guy who she said no to. And if you find somebody who you have sexual attraction to and they're sexually attracted to you, but there's no romance there, you're fuck friends. But of course, like the friend zone guy would think over time, feelings will develop. And sometimes in fuck friends and fuck buddy situations, feelings do develop and one person wants to turn it into a friends with benefits situation sometimes. And it can happen on a level from fuck friends and friends with benefits where one person has a romantic agenda, but they want to make it into an exclusive sexual relationship, bring it that far, and the person just says, hey, I would just want to be friends with benefits. Even though we grew so far from being fuck friends, now we're friends with benefits. Don't ruin a good thing by getting into a relationship. I've been with some girls who you can fuck all the time. They will do is give me their pussy, but as soon as you try to date them and take them for real, they're like, no, you can't have my trust, and I can't trust you with the romantic dream, but you can have all the pussy you want. And vice versa, which is you don't get no pussy until you stimulate my mind.
Exact.
From one end of the spectrum to the
all
other.
exists.
So you got to figure out where you are in this, if you're real friends or fuck friends, friends with benefits, and you really have to make a decision at some point what you want to do and if it's for you, and are you wasting your time or are you wasting your body, or you just want to move on. If it's not for you, if you feel like you need friends, then get friends. It's just another friend.
For example,
Like
I
a
thought
crush?
I was just hooking up. There was somebody I was attracted to. I was like, okay, this is going to happen. I just come out of a 2-year relationship that I was really releasing from. And I thought, okay, good. And he was a breath of fresh air. And then suddenly it happened quickly. Love letters.
To you or
To
you to
me.
him? Oh,
It's
wow.
the dudes. You gotta hear. It's the dudes.
No, I got you.
They push.
And
No,
it
no.
was hard. And I thought, and I knew he was kind of, a player. So then I thought, okay. No problem. Like, this is just something, I'm not going to take it too seriously. Because actually, I've been told by a few people, you can't, he's a player. I'm like, that's okay. we're just playing. I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
Just let me play. And then,
But you like time and attention and connection. I
I
feel if you
didn't-
get that,
I have
you
to-
fall for
listen, this
people
is-
who you get that with.
well, this is what happened. I wasn't attracted to it. And I did enjoy my time with him. We had a really good chemistry. But it turned me off, all of this, like, I think I want to be with you. Because I didn't trust him. I wasn't even into that right then. So in this case, it's not always like this, but it was him that came on too strong. He was, in the end, seeing somebody else at the same time. So he was just trying to see
It was
who-
multi-dating.
Yeah. So, and
He
I'm
was
pretty
seeing who
sure
he'd keep.
saying, yeah, I'm pretty much saying what he could to both of us, keeping it going. And I was like, no, look, and I
But
found
he was
out.
single. There's okay. Well, I
Yeah,
don't know what he
he's
said.
single. I'm single.
Yeah, so you don't even
And-
have to feel about it.
No, I didn't initially,
Okay.
but then it was 5 months, 6 months, and I thought, okay, now he's saying I seriously want to try something. I want to be with you.
Yeah.
And then a friend saw him with somebody else, and so I told him, I'm like, look, I know you're with somebody else. No, I'm breaking up with her. I'm breaking up. He did. And it got really confusing quickly, and I thought all I wanted was to hook up.
Yeah.
Okay. And it turned into all of this, and it didn't have to necessarily.
Yeah.
It went on for way too long, and this is when the door opens, and I thought, geez, it's like you don't know what the door is going to lead to.
I feel most girls who distance me like me too much, and they're in a situation where, like, if I'm around this dude, he's too much of that guy that's gonna break my heart, and like
Distracting.
So I can't go over there, but they really want to. That's why I used to get caught up in that friend zone every once in a while, only because I just got used to the fact that when women hung around me, like they'd see me at first and be like, I can't measure them up, but I'd stay interesting. I'm an interesting dude, so I feel if a woman can't figure out, she'll stay around. She must know you. She must figure you out. Goddammit, But I would stay around just because I got used to women. After time, they just realized that I'm the type of dude who they're supposed to be fucking, but they just didn't know that at the beginning. So I would get caught up in the friend zone every once in a while, just going out a couple times and just wait till she warms up to me. But then I would cut it off. If she didn't, I realized, okay, the feelings are mutual.
Yeah.
Fucking forget it. I'm
But I
not the
think
guy
that-
to be friends, and
Right. I think
I'll
that's
be
a
your
difference.
friend if you're making me money.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Love
do.
oxytocin.
Okay,
I
so
do,
check this
I
out.
do love it.
Oxytocin. Most men are dopamine driven just for the fact that we don't have a pussy, which is produced by the gonads and all that stuff, and we run with a little more testosterone and all that. So we're
Yes.
more dopamine than oxytocin.
Yes.
Oxytocin, which women chase, allows you to get the friendship, the companionship, the time, the presence,
We got
attention,
it.
all that shit, the bonding. But when you feed off that, you bleed an odorless a pheromone that the next guy picks up, and you bonding helps you pick up the next person.
Okay, but that's what's
me
wrong with that?
doing that doesn't help me pick up the next girl, because the next girl wants a confident dude and not a safe dude who's still in the friend zone after 50
so that's where
years,
you're-
who doesn't get a shot.
No. That's where you're totally wrong. With you.
She's smiling. She knows what I'm talking about.
No, I'm actually waiting for Lola
but
to
go ahead,
speak, 'cause
Lola. I wanna hear what
actually
you say.
Okay, I'm still really stand firm on what I'm saying, because energy, once it's created, it has to go somewhere.
Yeah.
It has to manifest in some way, whether
Yeah.
you're confident, not confident, whatever. If she's your
Oh,
stepping
I get what
stone,
you're
right?
saying.
She's like your stepping stone for something. You see her, you're like, oh, I'm gonna go see Indigo. She's a blast. I love her, and I know she's off limits, right?
Did you hear that? What guy says that?
Whatever.
All right, go ahead.
Right? Okay, I want to fuck her.
She has a great sense of humor. You should hear her stories from beginning to end. They're fantastic. Okay, go ahead though.
So anyway, you know that's what she's good for. She's gonna give you energy that you're
Exactly.
gonna then
I
turn
would
around.
see her 3 times a year.
Come on, no way.
I would see her 3 times a year.
No
What am I
way.
going to do with her?
No way.
Time, presence, and attention?
No, she's there to be like, you see all this that's happening? Okay, good. Now go use it somewhere else.
If you're caring,
that's a
also
lot, right?
sometimes
That
it's
means
a
it's
lot,
dead.
because if you're hooking up with somebody, maybe you don't want to get too involved with their life. That's true.
Or maybe
The
they don't want to
drama.
get too involved with you.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that time in companionship, that's where the friends is.
Yeah,
If
it's
there's
surfing
only
something else.
sexual attention, you can be fuck friends and you can have all these booty calls and one night stands and you can do all that. But if you're a person who catches any feelings at all, you're either going to go for the romance or companionship and friendship. So you're going to want to get along with this person first, or you have to try to, or if you have a fuck friend situation, that would be trying to turn it into friends with benefits. And how you would do that would look something like that. You try to take situations where when you see each other, you don't have sex and you just hang out. And you try that once, and then fuck twice, and then try once. Fuck twice and try it twice.
Slow weaning.
And then, yeah, and then you got it. You see, and then through that, you see if you're compatible. But there's a risk to that, because if you're fuck friends, that means you're not friends yet. And depending on the type of person, if you have a showbird who's out there all the time and he has a lot of options, so to speak, if the whole way of making it as a girl, I've always pitched this, is you have to outlast the other girl. Like the guy, when you meet the girl, you have to outlast the dude.
I have a question. If you have a friend that you have a history with, a good history with sexually, but they just don't feel like it for various reasons, would you just fool around with them? Is there such thing as...
Say again? Sorry.
So say there's a friend that you have sex with from time to time. You get together with, and
they've already made it to being friends.
Yeah, you're like, so you see each other from time to time in that way. Like you can.
But if every time we see each other, we have sex, we're fuck friends. So
yeah,
every time
you have that sexual energy, but you don't necessarily have to fuck to be able to.
Yeah, but
what I was
you
gonna
see
say,
that. But if you don't, now you're developing the friends with benefits. But you have to. It has to be shared on both parts. Like,
I have a different question.
Go ahead.
Okay.
It's about the having to fuck. Okay, so you have a friend, you have sex from time to time. Maybe every time you see each other. And then one time it's just you want to take it slow. Can you do that? Can you just kind of fool around? Is fooling around, does it
but you
still
take a risk to ruin
around?
it. But you might take a risk and ruin it.
That's true. Why haven't we spoken
You
about
might
fooling
take a
around?
risk and ruin it.
Well,
There's a risk.
Maybe withholding sometimes and just holding
Just kissing.
Just
Can we
kissing or
just do the
trying
kissing
something
and holding
like,
hands?
there's like these also that could be a part of what you would call a fuck friend perhaps. But it's just like it's nice to have the nuance there. It's not always just
No, it's nice to try to make a fuck friend into a friends with benefits situation, because I always said this: the girl can do more with the sex if she feels you care about her.
Yeah, I think
That's it.
I think the mind
care
is
is
more
many different degrees too.
Okay, I know.
not stimulates the
Care
mind.
meaning on a companionship and friendship level, not in a romantic,
Okay.
but just like you actually care. I think dudes should go out there saying, eventually I do want kids. So if you're not the woman who I'm gonna have my kids with, pick a friendship and move on. I'm not gonna slow down and be in an exclusive sexual relationship with you when I'm still looking. So I'm gonna lie to you if you're trying to lie to me, and we're in a now who's gonna fuck who over first situationship. Situation. Not a situationship. Well, that's another one actually. That's a good word too.
Yeah. But which is where like it comes in with a friend though, the idea of like, well, what does it mean to take that next step of being sexual with a friend? It's because like there's this potential
if you want
to
to get out
create
the
this
friend
higher
zone.
sense. Yeah.
And be a real friend.
Yeah, but it's not because you want to get out of a friend zone. It's because you want more out of life. You want to explore this different space of being that's like deeper, and then that's like okay, then it might be worth
I
it.
only want to go to movies with you.
Yeah,
But I mean, that could be the rationale
That could be
for
like,
the
well,
man or the woman who
exactly,
tries
for
to
both.
friend zone you.
Yeah.
Somebody could say, well, I just, that energy that when Lola was here, we were talking about, the energy that is, in a sense, its own life force. I mean, it is our life force because it's part of how we understand ourselves. And so if you want to generate that energy and you want to, it's not sucking someone's time if it's shared, if it's agreed upon. Granted, like you said previously also, if people are saying, one person wants one thing, another person wants another thing, and then there's just holding
sexual
out.
attraction and it's
then
not
there's
returned.
sexual repression. That's actually really hard.
Yeah.
And
that's friendships.
Well,
that's why I wanted to do a show on it.
The range of them.
It's huge.
Yeah. This is it. But if somebody's feeling repressed and frustrated, that could end up in a bad situation.
Yeah.